All right, so we've talked a lot about rounding and estimating and number patterns, right? And now we're going to get into some different ways and strategies that we can add numbers. So one of the ways that we can add several different numbers together is by using a number line. Have you ever used a number line to help you add numbers? Sweet, Spencer's has, awesome. So here we have a table and it shows how many musicians are in each section of the symphony orchestra. How many musicians play either the string or woodwind instruments? So take your pencil and let's circle. What numbers are we looking at? We have string and woodwind. So let's go ahead and circle the people playing the string instruments, and we'll circle the people playing the woodwind instruments. So go ahead and circle those. Okay. Riley, what? You can't find your pencil. Well, where do you think you could get a pencil? Do you not have any more on your desk? Do you have any in your locker? Go grab one. Okay. So we want to figure out how many play string and woodwind together. So are we going to add our numbers or are we going to subtract our numbers? Dylan, add them up. So I'm going to solve the problem 57 plus 15. Now raise your hand if you know how to actually solve the problem 57 plus 15. Can we all figure out the answer? We do know how to do that. So today I know you know how to add. I know you could all write this problem down and solve it and get the answer. Some of you could probably figure out the answer in your head. Okay? But we're going to today, I'm going to ask that you have to use our number line strategy. Okay? So eventually you'll be able to pick what strategy you want to use, but I'm going to teach you a couple different ones because I want you to understand them as well. Okay? Brianna, what's your question? Okay, so what do you need? Grace? Okay, don't tell us the answer if you know it. Hold on. Let's look at how we're going to use this number line to help us. It tells us to count by tens and ones. Can we all count by tens? And we know how to count by ones, right? Okay. So it says that what we want to do is count on to the nearest 10. So we're going to start with our biggest number. So we want to count to the nearest 10. So if I start at 57, what's my next 10 if I started counting? Riley? 60. So if I counted from 57 to 60, I make a small little hop of 3, right? 58, 59, 60. Now that I'm at 60, I can hop 10, right? Because that's easy. 10 more makes 70. And then why do I need to add 2 more here? What are you guys noticing? Spencer, what do you see? Because 3 plus 10 is not 15. Right, so I need to make sure that the numbers I'm hopping at the top equal my 15. So here I counted by 3, then I counted by 10, but that's only 13. So I still need 2 more jumps to get to 15 on the top. So what is 57 plus 15? Grace? 72. Raise your hand if you solved that problem in your head. Raise your hand if it was easier for you to solve the problem in your head than it was to do the hops on the number line. Who thinks it was faster to solve it in your head? Okay, so I do want you to show me this. I think that hopping up to the next 10 and then by 10s and then back by 1s, I think that gets tricky and you're going to make a mistake. I kind of get confused that way. So I like to do it this way first. I prefer to count by 10s and then 1s. So we start at 57 again. I'm going to hop for 15. So if I start at 57, what's 10 more than 57? You can just tell me. 67. So that's 10. And then I can count by 5, right? 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. So I still got the same answer. If I add up how much I hopped, does it still equal 15? I just did it in a different order, right? That's kind of like the commutative property, isn't it? We can add them in different orders and still get the same answer. So either way, I can hop. So how many musicians played the string or woodwind instruments in the orchestra? Lainey? 72. Let's try the next problem. I want you guys to try this one on your own here. So this time you're adding 43 plus 28. So who thinks they can do that? So go ahead and try it. So how am I going to start? What number am I going to start with down here on the end of my number line? Which number is bigger, 43 or 28? Emerson? 43. Why do you think I keep telling you to start with the bigger number? Spencer? Does it matter if you start with the bigger number or the smaller number? Not when we're adding, does it? So why do you think I say, well, when you're doing it this way, you should probably start with the bigger number? Okay? Why? Yes, because when we use the bigger number, we have less numbers to jump and hop along the number line. So it's a little bit easier. We're less likely to make a mistake, right? So what's my first jump going to be? 10s or 1s? What do you think? Riley? Why? What's that? The second number, why? You need 0. Yes, and I'm not going to count all the way by 1. Should I make a jump of 10? Okay, so what's 43 plus 10? How much is 43 plus 10? Evan, how much is 43 plus 10? 53. Okay, have I jumped 28 yet? Nope. Can I make another jump of 10? Okay, so if I make another jump of 10, what am I at? So what's 53 plus 10? Piper, what's 53 plus 10? 63. Okay, can I make another jump of 10? Why not? Spencer? In 28, there's only 2 10s. If I jumped another 10, I've jumped 30, and I'm not adding 30. I'm only adding 28. So how am I going to jump now? Will? Jump 8. I'm going to jump 8. So what is 63 plus 8? Grace? 71. If I added these, do I get 28? 10, 28. So I jumped 28 spaces on my number line. So what is 43 plus 28? Brianna? What did I end at? 71. So there's my answer. 43 plus 28 is 71. Do you notice how my jumps for 10 are about the same size and then my jump for 8 is a little bit smaller? That's just another way to look at it to see what's happening. Okay. Number lines are tricky. We're going to keep practicing with number lines because I think they're a little tricky. And it's just a way to practice. Can you look at page 18? And then when you're done looking at it, can you just like put a big X on that spot? Yeah. So that part that says other ways, it says to use compatible numbers and then use friendly numbers. This is like the most confusing part right now. So we're going to skip it and we'll learn it later on this year. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So anywhere that you see there it says to use compatible numbers or a number line, we're just going to use a number line today. Okay. So at the bottom, we have another number line to try. Oops. There we are. Count by tens and ones to find 63 plus 27. So it's going to be very similar to what we just did. They even help us this time by starting with 63. So how big is our first jump? How much, let's start here. How much total do I need to jump on my number line, Tristina? But total, I want to jump how much? All together, by the time I'm done, it's going to be how many? That's my problem. 63 plus. So if I'm starting at 63, by the end, I want to jump how many? 27. Okay. So my first jump is how big? 10. So what is 63 plus 10? Do you know? What is 63 plus 10, Dylan? 73. Can I jump another 10? Okay. What is 73 plus 10? Lainey? 83. Can I jump another 10? Nope. Will, why can I not jump another 10? Because you only have 2 10s. Yeah, because I only have 2 10s. So now I need to jump by 7 or my ones, right? Could I do 7 ones if I wanted? And go. Bunch of little jumps? We could. Is it easier to show just one jump of 7? Yeah. Okay. And it's shorter. So what is 83 plus 7? Zane? Down again. You're close. What's 83 plus 7? Emerson, how about 90? You just jumped one too far. Same. So 63 plus 27 is how much, Caitlin? 90. So do you see how using this number line is just another way to jump and count and add numbers? So what if you were to look at page 19? All right, so we're not, you can skip number 2, unless you want to try it. But I want you to go ahead and I want you to practice solving problems 3, 4, 5, and 6 on there with, and I want you to use the number line. So I want you to show me the jumps along that number line to help you add. So remember, start with your bigger number and then make jumps for 10s and 1s until you get to the end, okay? And write your answer in the blank. So go ahead and try problems 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to give you guys one more tip. A couple of you are a little stumped. So think of it this way, okay? I'm going to start with my bigger number, which is 34. And then I'm going to look at my other number. How many tens or what digit is in the tens place in 18? Brianna, what did you just tell me? What's in the tens place in 18? The 1. So that means I need to make 1 jump of 10. So 34 plus 10 more is 44. And then how many 1s do I have in 18? What's in the 1s place? Emerson? The 8. So I need to jump 8. So if I add 10 plus 8, that's 18. What's 44 plus 8? Okay. 51. Close. 52. So look at yourself. If there's a 1 in the tens place, then you'd make 1 jump of 10. If there's a 7 in the tens place, how many jumps of 10 would you make? Christina? 7. So ask yourself that. How many tens or how many jumps of 10 do I need to make that number? Okay. So keep going and try those on your own. I'll be around. Let's look at this again. Okay. So the next problem is 22 plus 49. So just because 22 is first, does it mean I have to start with 22? I'm going to start with 49 because it's bigger. And then just so I don't forget, I'm just going to circle that 22 just so I don't get confused. So I need to jump how many tens to make 22? How many tens is that? Or how many tens are there? Dylan? 2. So I'm going to make my 2 jumps to 10. 10, 10. And I'm going to put 10 and 10 up here. Okay. And then what else do I need to jump? How much more, Kaylin? 2 more. So let's see. 49 plus 10 is how much? You can tell me. Really loud. 49 plus 10 is? 59. Thank you. Wake up this morning. 59 plus 10 is? 69. 69. 69 plus 2 is? 71. 71. Okay. If I check this, I have 10, 22. That's what I want my circle to answer, to equal. Okay. Does anybody want to come up and try and show us how to solve number 5? Anybody feel comfortable enough and think they can? I made it really big. And keep in mind, you need to explain it. And our friends that are learning at home are going to see you. So if you're totally cool with that, be nice and loud. And you can just use your finger to show us what you're doing on the board. Oh my gosh, who thinks they know? Spencer, let's give it a shot. Sure. Where'd my mask go? We can put it here if you need a place to put it. I'll take my answer book so it doesn't copy all my answers. All right, give us a loud and clear explanation, okay?
Am I allowed to write on it or?
Yeah, you use a finger or a pen, whatever is easier for you.
Okay. So 56 is the bigger number, so we start with that. So we have to add 27. There are 2 tens, so that means we jump 10 twice. And then we have to jump 7 in the ones place. So we jump this. This is where 7. So 56 plus 10 equals 66. 66 plus 10 equals 76. And then 76 plus 7 equals 83.
Nice. What do you guys think? How do you do? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up? Good. Spencer, would you like to pick someone who wants to come up and show us number 6?
Riley.
Riley, you gotta use a loud, clear voice up there, okay? Oh, Spencer, grab your book.
For number 6, you would start with 35. And then if you go one more time, it will be 45. You jump another. It would be 55, but you can't jump another 10 because you're trying to go to 28, so you jump at 8.
Nicely done. Do you guys agree? Thank you, ma'am. Sure. You guys don't sound very convinced this morning. Are we still a little confused? Do you just not like to do it because it takes a little bit longer? I know. But sometimes, like, this is how I think when I'm adding bigger numbers. Sometimes I'm like, oh, 56 plus 72. 72, 82, 92, 102. So sometimes I think this way in my head, and I'll count by tens and ones. I'll think that in my head. This is like what you're thinking in your head, but putting it on paper and showing you what's happening. That's the only difference. Piper. Yes. Did anybody get to try number 7? You want to try it, Em? You want to come show us? Let me draw a number line for you, okay? That way you have a nice big number line. 116 plus 203. Let's see how she does.
I'm not used to writing.
That's okay. Just put up above it the numbers that you're going for there. All right. So, can I borrow this? Okay. So Emerson wrote, I'm just going to write over yours in blue, okay? Just so we can see it. So, Emerson's first jump went from 116 to 216. So how big was that jump? Was it 10? How much was it? Will? No. Spencer? 100. Because she's adding this much. So then she went from 216 to 316. So how big was her second jump? Spencer? 100. So now she has to add how much to get to the end? She's added 200. In the end, she only needs how many more? Riley? Just 3. Right? So she added her 3 and she got 319. Okay? Tonight, for your homework, you are going to be practicing more adding on number lines. And I want to see your jumps on your number lines. Okay? I want you, if you haven't yet, to go ahead and try number 8. And then I want to check number 8 before you put your math book away. And then I'll send you to the restroom after you've done number 8.